even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life won't get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, this podcast is brought to you by Final Form Supplements. Final Form Supplements is a supplement brand with honesty labeling. So the labeling in supplements is Wild Wild West. Sometimes labels aren't honest. They have things in there that's on in there. We don't have to worry about that with Final Form Supplements. We got everything you need from protein powder, creatine, skin care, soap for your skin, handcrafted soap, and we have all kinds of things. Go to finalformsubs.com, that's SUPPS, finalformsubs.com, use promo code COACHDRIB, all caps, no space, get 10% off your order, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on whichever video you're watching here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, and enjoy the show. What you betting?
Thursday night game. Just some player props. Nothing too heavy. Trying to win something, man. Been cold. Been cold.
Mm. Mm. 1 pound of ground beef. Mm. Interesting. Been thinking about switching up my my meal preps. I've been eating chicken and baked potato.
Yeah.
But I wanted to switch it up. But I still want something. Well, the main reason why I want to switch it up is because I gotta work a lot more at Shoe Palace.
Yeah.
And even though the chicken and potato is easy when I'm here at the gym or at the crib, the microwave we have, trying to do that in the store is such a small break room. We have like a super small microwave.
Right.
And it's one of those microwaves that like doesn't heat evenly. It's like really weak. So you gotta like, on my hot microwave at home, it takes 1:30 to heat up 5 ounces of chicken. To do it,
What?
to do it at the store, it takes like 4 minutes. It takes like double the time almost. So,
Jesus.
and like the potato, doing a baked potato, when I have like a really big potato, in a normal microwave, it takes like 10 minutes. So in this one, it's not convenient. So I'm thinking about doing something easy like a chili, something that is like all just a mix of things. And I can just throw the chili in like a Tupperware into the microwave and just let it heat, and I can eat the chili. But the problem is, last time I did chili, I did canned chilies where I messed up. So like it didn't taste good. It was really acidic. And I didn't like it. So I'm looking up homemade chili recipes, something I can like make at the crib. So I got ground beef. I get some onions and some peppers to throw in there, the chili powder. So I'm seeing if it would be easy to make it. Not only that, but like if it would be cheap to make it. So I ain't got to worry about that till next week though. But or shit, yeah, next week.
Why is this shit being so slow, dude?
Bro, the best not going through or what?
I just need to get a new phone. I think this is an iPhone. I don't know what it is. It's old as shit. It's just the motor models, once all the new shit comes in, they just they program it to where it don't work as fast.
Hey,
you know how it is.
I got this 16, bro. I just picked up the 16.
I guess I have a 13.
Oh yeah, it's 3 years old.
Yeah. 11 finest.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
I picked this whole up yesterday.
Yeah.
How's my service?
Hey.
I know on my iPad I'm usually glitchy.
Yep. Dude, it's slow and like charging it heats up faster because it can't run at the speed now that the app, the apps with the updates and all that. I just gotta get a new phone, which sucks because I'm like one of those that, dude, I'll I, I'll run it into the ground. You know what I mean? Like I just
Yeah.
like this phone I got right here has took a beating, bro. I drop it all the fucking time. I don't even know how I've gotten this far with it. To be honest with you, it's crazy. This thing is like made out of titanium or something.
Shit, the new ones are.
Are they?
Yeah, literally the
Drop that,
15 and 16 are made with titanium.
you drop that bitch, it ain't cracking then.
No, not the back. It's not like
Man.
it's not like the glass backs that they had in the old ones.
Mm-hmm. How's the weather been in Texas, man?
Hang on. Oh,
Y'all got any cold air down there? It's colder than fuck up here.
yeah. Well, it's cold for Texas standards. So
Right.
we've gotten rain. So what I tell people is we don't get like a winter, we just get cold fronts. And we only get cold fronts
Yeah.
when it rains or storms. So it's
Right.
been raining all week. So it's been like low 60s to high 50s, which is cold for San
Bro.
Antonio. But I think this weekend it's supposed to get back up to like 80 something.
Bro, it was 30 degrees today, but with wind chill, it felt like 16.
Uh, they don't get that cold for
It
real.
was, and like I know if we have any listeners up north, they're probably think I'm a bitch. I ain't gonna lie to you. I guess I can't handle the cold like I used to, but when we were younger fellas, I get because my job obviously, I'm checking houses, I'm checking all that shit. It was too cold for my crews to work, so like I'm just doing some normal shit, looking at houses, different, meeting with the builders, all that. Bro, 3 minutes, I'd be outside my work truck for 3 minutes. I couldn't feel my fucking hands. Gone, just numb as shit, just gone, dude.
It ain't worth it.
And look, you doing that bullshit again. I don't like that shit at all, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's
In progress.
Oh no, not the echo.
hello. Am I
Yeah,
still here? Okay.
yeah.
All right. I switched to my phone host because I forgot my iPad service sucks in this room with the internet, the Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So I'm switching to
That shit was
that
tripping me out.
5G. But
Fuck, the wind chill's supposed to make it feel like 10 degrees tonight.
bro, I don't care where you from. 10 degrees is 10 degrees, bro. Like, yeah, like if you're out,
It's
it's
cold.
10 degrees is cold, no matter where. Now you might be, I can understand people being used to it because it's just how it is. Like you live up north,
Right.
when winter comes, it gets cold, but like 10 degrees is 10 degrees, bro. I don't care who you are. That shit, for me, I don't like the cold weather. So I love the heat out here in Texas. I
Right.
love we'll get like late January, we'll get like maybe 2 solid weeks of like high 30s, maybe, and then that's it. Well, we get like
Calvin,
literally, if we have a winter, it's like 2 weeks. And
it's
then
gonna
it'd be like the last week of January, first week of February, and they start heating back up. And then once you're in late February, it's back to 60s, 70s.
it's gonna be a rough winter for Calvin, Mitch, and I. I'm telling you right now. It's never this cold this early. As far as you from born and raised from Tennessee. You
Yeah.
know, like November. I mean, there's like a few cold days in there, right? That will
Yeah.
happen. But then it'll quickly heat up back to the 60s. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that shit ain't happening in 2 weeks. It's just been cold. Now it warms up next week, but it's going to rain.
Right.
So, and then it's back down to the 20s again.
Yeah, I
It's
remember last year, if I remember correctly, me and my family went to a Titans game the week of Christmas, and I was in a t-shirt and some jeans. Because that morning it was chilly, but like by the time of the game, I had to take my
yeah.
jacket off. It was like
Right.
late,
We had like
late,
And then January hit,
high
we had an
60s.
ice storm.
that. Yeah, that snowstorm was huge, Calvin.
Bro, I couldn't get up to my apartment. I had to walk.
I
I
know
was
you could. I
pissed.
remember that story. He said you got out of your car and just said, "Fuck it."
Bro, I was going up the hill, bro, and my tires kept on sliding. I'm like, there's two parts. There's like a first hill, you
Yeah.
go up. Once you hit that, that's like the entrance and everything where you see my building and all that. Then you got to go up
Hmm.
another steeper hill. Bro, I got halfway up there, dude, and I put it in sports mode to see if I can get better traction. Bro, that shit kept on spinning. I looked back in my rear view. There's like 8 cars coming up the hill. I was like,
You
how's it
know what?
hurt?
Yeah, I would have been done. I agree. I would have been done. You know what's crazy is now, like, back in the day, pre-COVID, you would have a legit snow day because you couldn't go into the office. You didn't do what. Now them boys are like, all right, just fire the light top at the house.
Bro, that's what I did. Like, I told my manager, I'm like, bro,
You was there all week just with the laptop. That sucks.
yeah, bro. But the thing about it is that I was so worried because, like, just given the fact I was thinking like worst case scenarios, but I was like, dude, this is the perfect time for people just to break into cars. So I mean, there was like 15 cars at the bottom of the hill, just
Yeah,
like back to back, and I was like, that
because
shit's
they didn't go anywhere because it was
yeah,
so fucking
exactly.
cold all week. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember that.
bro. So like 2 times a day, I'll make that sad ass walk down that hill,
Yeah,
make sure to turn it on and everything, let it
you just
run a little
mowing through 8 inches of snow and fucking ice.
bro. I'm out there like I don't have like Tennessee, you don't really need boots or whatever, like snow boots. So I'm
Hell
out
no.
with some damn Adidas shoes getting soaked. First 10 steps, my whole foot already soaked.
Yeah, freezing your ass off.
Bro,
I,
I was pissed off.
we don't get it very often, but when we do get good snowstorms.
Yeah, I don't know why.
We don't get them every year, but when we do, they're pretty potent.
Yeah.
They're pretty potent. And it's not because we're in the South and people are like, oh, 8 inches, that's not a lot. That's a lot of fucking snow for us, man.
Oh yeah.
I
A
mean,
lot
we
of
don't have
fucking
the
snow.
infrastructure for it either. Like, I mean, you got to think about it. Half the time when Williamson County got out of schools, it was due to those back roads and everything. Like,
Yep.
nobody was testing that.
Yet it still is. I mean, that's really. I mean, my wife don't go to work because when they call it, she's that like she said, she's always praying for Fairview. Because she see the shit that over here, Spring Hill, Franklin, Brentwood could be completely fine by the end of the week. You know what I'm saying?
I
As it
don't
melts a little, but it's always Fairview or like Leaper's Fork or
It's the back
Bethesda.
roads to Leapers Fort, bro, would be killing it. And then you gotta think about it too. I bet you there's some places on Buckner too where it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them neighborhoods. I mean, well, that's also the key too. Is if the neighborhoods are shit, the buses can't get in there without
Yeah.
sliding around. Which they never come out there and scoop the neighborhoods. They just they just hope people drive going to work and that shit just melt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, enough
Uh,
traffic through
yeah, the traffic, and then they just hope the sun cleans up the rest. But like last year, like you said, Calvin, the shit didn't go away because it was like 15 degrees every day and
Yeah,
cloudy.
it was snow. It was snow, stick to the ground. Night would hit, drop to 15 degrees, free. Bro, it was like sheets on sheets, bro.
Yeah,
It was
it would just
ridiculous.
refreeze. Yeah, everything that melted that day got refrozen. Yeah,
Like it was so bad. Like when I remember the second day I went out to my car and I have like a little toolbox in the back. And I
yeah.
just was like, let me see how thick this thing is, bro. So I started hitting it. It was at least like that thick, Mark. Like
That's yeah, about 2 inches, bro. Just that ice. You can't drive on that shit, dog.
no, no, bro. You can
You could
curl
drive on
it.
snow if you ain't driving stupidly, But if you ice, that's a different ball game, partner.
I don't care if
You
you got all
cannot drive
wheel
on
or
that shit,
whatever
dog.
the best snow tires in the land, bro. That's still
I'm telling you. I'm lucky because my truck's got 4-wheel drive, so I can go if I need to go to the store or something. I can get there. I mean, I can't be speeding, but I can get there. You know what I mean? And even then, on the 4-wheel drive, if I hit ice, I slide a little bit. But I could drive on snow all day in that fucker.
oh, I
It
can drive
handles the
in
snow
snow.
well.
I can drive in snow and mine like perfectly. It's just Once I start seeing that little traction thing coming up on mine, I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
nah, time to turn that bad boy around.
Hold on.
No, we ain't testing that.
Bro, I remember several years ago. This is when I lived in Murfreesboro. We had an ice storm or snowstorm. I was working all the way out in Bellevue, and I had to get home to Murfreesboro.
Bro,
It was
you know I live in Bellevue. You kind of cross Nashville.
Yeah, dog. Well, no, I couldn't because fucking interstate was shut down because it was so bad. So I had to cut on the other side of Franklin, dog. Get to 96. I could not. I had to get to 96 to try to jump on 65 because 40 was fucked. Like they were. It was a total
So
nightmare on 40.
so to get from Bellevue, did you have to go like the back roads where like grassland and you come
Yes,
up?
dog. Yes,
Ah!
bro.
That's the same
I
way I
was
take to
like,
go home.
oh my god, Calvin, I was trembling, dog, because I was, Vaughn Road, right?
Uh-huh.
And you know how it's got that? I don't know if it's Vaughn Road or it's the other road off of Vaughn. It's got that big ass hill straight down. And
Hmm.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, bro. I shit you not. I had to take that little road. I'm going up the hill, and everyone that's coming down the hill is sliding off to the left of me. Every one of them just fucking in the ditch. I'm like, oh my! I was freaking out. That's the first part. 'Cause you got to get up the hill. Then you
Uh-huh.
you got to go down that motherfucker. Dude, there were cars in front of me sliding out, left to the left of me, another lane sliding out, trying to get up the hill. I don't know how I made it. I just got there. I was so pissed that day because they knew, like my work knew it was gonna snow like crazy, and they were like, it's not supposed to hit till like 12, so you can come in and go home at like 9. Well, of course, it fucking hits at 8 o'clock in the morning. It just, it got there a whole lot fast. It didn't hit at lunch. It hit 8. So we're stuck in that shit. Dude, it took me 5 hours to get to Murfreesboro and get to home that day. I didn't get home till like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. The
I
roads were
believe,
so bad.
I
Interstates were so
believe,
bad. I was
bro.
pissed, dog.
The first thing from Bellevue all the way to Murfreesboro with traffic, that's already 45 minutes and everything. And you got to take back roads? Hell
Dog, I
no.
had to take back roads all the way in to Grassland down to Macatcher, try to get over to 96, and the roads were shit. And I got on 65 South, and they had already kind of paved it a little bit, so it wasn't bad. 840 was a clusterfuck, though. It was terrible. They didn't touch 840 yet, and I'm going 25 miles an hour down 840.
Bro, my thing is what they should start doing. Like, if there's any chance of snow, just go ahead and start just pre-salt the roads, bro. Just go ahead and do it.
Well, and they do it, but I don't think their problem is they just don't have enough. They don't anticipate like shit, dog. I remember um it didn't snow over here, but it snowed in Murfreesboro a couple of years ago, just out of the blue, like dump buckets. And I remember I had to work in Murfreesboro today, and I just told my boss, I'm not going over there. There's fucking 7 inches of snow on the ground. I'm not going over there. I'll stay right here in Franklin Spring Hill. I'm not going over there, dog. Not happening.
Nah, not doing it.
No.
But that's a valid reason. I'm not doing it because I might crash.
Yeah, for real, it was the weirdest thing because like I I was like, I want to see where it starts because for some reason it just didn't snow over like pretty much all of Middle Tennessee except like Murfreesboro and like and Coffee County and places like that out east. I was like, fuck it, let me hop on 840 and see where this starts. Bro, I got to basically try you, and you can see where the snow started, and then like behind it, when I got off of trying to go back towards Spring Hill, just dry and sun out and everything, but there's snow on the other side. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. One side of the road, one side of the road is just dry, and the other one's just got 6 inches of snow caked on it. It was crazy.
Shit, man.
Finally said, "Fuck the snow." But see,
Hey, for now. I'll be back.
Bro, but see, this is I hate when it's like this and it don't snow. Like I'm out there working, fucking miserable because feels like 13 degrees outside, and it's just no clouds, just straight sun. But you can't get any warmth from the sun because the air's so fucking cold.
Right.
The wind's so fucking cold. You're just still freezing your ass off. The sun's out.
It's a weird feeling.
It's terrible. It's the worst.
I have a public service announcement.
Oh
It's a
boy.
little old school. It's just a pet peeve I have on what I call elevator etiquette. This
Oh God.
well,
Oh.
it's nothing crazy, but this has really been bothering me because people, one, it's usually younger people, but it's like, there's like an etiquette you have with the elevator. So like if you're waiting on the elevator, right, you push the button, you're waiting, you don't wait right in front of the door. Because if somebody's in there, the etiquette, you're supposed to
let 'em out.
you let people out before you go in.
You walk, you be on the side, bro.
Yes.
Right. You stay by the side. So,
This is
bro,
a pet peeve of
I'm
mine
in the
too, Fighter.
I'm in the elevator, bro, and the door opened. I haven't even, as soon as I hadn't even started to walk out yet. Dude just like rushes into the elevator. I'm like, dang, bro. Like we almost like walked into each other because this dude just wasn't paying attention. The door opens, just walks in. I'm like, I almost wanted to say something like, you're supposed to can I like get out first? But I was like, it's not that important. Dude had his headphones in anyway, yada yada yada. And then now every time I take the elevator, I always watch the people. If I'm like waiting people, I watch what they do. And for some reason, it's this weird thing where like as soon as the door opens, people start walking to the door instead of just waiting to see if people come out. It like really, really bothers me, but I just don't say anything. You're supposed to wait. When the door opens, I wait. I don't walk towards the door. I even like if I'm in front of it, but like far back, I'll even move to the side. I wait. Nobody comes out. I go in. But like, oh,
That's
dude,
kind of, you know
it
what?
hurts me, bro.
That's kind of like
That's a pet peeve of mine.
that's kind of like similar to me. Like I don't get that mad about that, but it irks me and it kind of pisses me off in a way. Like you holding the door open for somebody and just walk through and don't even say
Don't say
nothing.
thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I don't know. That has always pissed me off, dude, at a young age and everything. I don't know if it's the way I was raised or something, but like I just don't know, man. But I feel you on that, Finest.
Hey,
Crazy. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, Calvin, about that door thing. I'm the same way because I hold the door for everybody. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like I just do it for everybody. And if someone someone don't think it, like you motherfucker, fuck you.
I started getting pissed off about it. So like whenever I do it, and this is kind of like the
Bitch.
pettiness in me or whatever, but I just gotta make funny jokes out of this shit now. It's like when I hold it open for somebody and they walk past, they don't say nothing. I'm like, "You're welcome," and I just go inside.
Yeah.
You see that
Yeah.
reaction. Sometimes they look back, sometimes they just keep on walking, and I'm just like, "Fuck it, bro."
Bro, the door thing actually doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me if nobody says anything because at the end of the day,
I just think it's rude. I think it's hella rude not to
I
say
mean,
thank you.
I think
it
it is
I don't
too.
have to do that for you. I'm doing that as a
yeah,
courtesy.
but at the end of the day, you volunteered to do it without them saying anything.
Yeah, but it's just rude not to thank you for my,
I mean,
volunteering.
it is. I don't disagree, but it doesn't bother me if somebody doesn't say anything because I volunteered to open the door when I didn't have to. So like, I get what you're saying, but that doesn't bother me. But the elevator shit, somebody walks in the elevator before I can even get out. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, bro.
that's rude. That's extremely rude too.
I think that's worse, to be honest. I'm like, all right, bro.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're
Bro, I'm
both
trying
really
to get
rude.
out the elevator.
I'm
Come
not
on,
saying
bro.
it's not rude. It's extremely rude. But I think if you take your time to hold a door for somebody, and Calvin, there's those times where you're at the gas station or whatever, and you hold it for like an extra 5 seconds because you can see them walking, bro,
Mhm.
and then they have the audacity not to thank you. That's come on. That's ridiculous. But I'm not saying that elevator shit ain't bad because I agree, Finance. It is bad. I think it's hella rude. By the way, speaking of people being hella rude, here comes Mark's annual road rage, bro. So I guess this was yesterday morning. Okay, so driving on the interstate 65 north, heading to Nashville. And so, the traffic's moving, but there's traffic. When you get in that traffic on the interstate where it's not bumper to bumper per se, but there's so many cars on the road that there's
Yeah.
not enough gappage to like bob and weave your way in and out of
Right.
lanes. Like it's flowing, right? You're going, 70 miles an hour, but there's not a lot of room to do much, right? Everybody's kind of around each other. It was one of those. So like I'm driving, I'm in the HOV lane. I got that bitch on cruise control at like 78 miles an hour because that's all we could do because there were so many, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know why I looked I saw these lights flash in my rear view. And I'm like, what the fuck? And so I see the car behind me who barely had room to get over into the right lane switch lanes. And then I realized they were getting flashed by the car behind them. And I'm like, what the fuck? And sure as shit. Now, mind you, I'm going 78. And like I said, that traffic, it's not bumper to bumper, but you're talking half a car length between everybody, really. I mean, this fucking bitch, man. She gets right on my ass, hit me with the flashers to get over. And first off, I couldn't get over, even if I wanted to. I wasn't going to anyway, but I couldn't anyway. And so she keeps flashing me. She shoots over in the right lane behind the car that had me in my blind spot. She come up beside me, dog, and gives me a fucking middle finger. I was like, you motherfucker. So I think what happened was, I think the car in front of me and the truck to the right of and the other 2 lanes over from the HOV saw what this person did or saw what this girl did and saw her flick me off. She like rolled down her window and flicked me off. And so these motherfuckers, they slowed down a little bit, and the car that was in front of her slows down a little bit, and I get in behind it. We boxed that bitch in for about 3 miles. Fuck you, you motherfucker. Boxed her in for about 3 miles so she couldn't get anywhere. Then the one in HOV lane, he shot up because I guess he's like, oh, fuck it, I'm gonna go now. So I shot over so she couldn't get over. I got right beside her, bro. You fucking bitch, you motherfucker, fuck you, you piece of shit. Kept cruising.
God, leave, bro. You did all that. She didn't even hear you.
Bullshit, I rolled down my window. She definitely heard me.
Y'all are going 70 plus 80 miles an hour on the car.
She might not have heard it, but she could see my mouth fucking moving.
Yeah, I promise she didn't hear you going that
fuck
fast.
That lady. By the way, if you're like that lady, fuck you too. Don't drive like that. Your time's not more important than anybody else's. If you need to get somewhere, then get your ass up and leave earlier. Period. If you're late for a flight or your job, that's on you, not everybody else. No one has to appease you on the road. That's my PSA.
Calvin, what's yours?
Bro, if you running late to work and you bobbing and weaving in traffic, that's on you. Don't get mad at somebody else. Sorry that you around for whatever minutes when you woke up or woke up late, and then now you rushing, and next thing you pissed off at everybody for your mistake, bro.
And you giving birds to people because they won't get over. Fuck.
Yeah, bro. Take accountability, bro. That's the biggest thing that I'll say for next year, bro. People gotta take more accountability. Like shit. That's only my 2 cents. I don't want to get too deep into that because I will go on a rage about that. So
I just get pissed off that all this shit happens while I'm in either with my wife, my child, or my work vehicle. Because if I was in my truck, I would have been a fucking dickhead on that road. I'm telling you right now, I would have been worse. I can't stand people like that, man. And it's just like, why? Why are you doing that?
People be thinking that they're the main character in every story. That's what
you're right. Oh, she definitely thought she was. And then when we boxed in for 3 miles, that whole attitude changed. She wouldn't even fucking look over at me, coward. She looked over at me for 1 second. She saw my mouth fucking running at her, and she went straight ahead. And I said, "You
Mark, I'm
bitch."
petty, bro. I was keep on looking at her the whole time. And see, I'm petty like that, dude. If you gonna be an asshole to me, bro, bro, I'm gonna be a
That's
bigger
what I'm
asshole.
saying. I'm gonna treat you like one. Yeah. You can if you're gonna be an asshole to me, you better get ready because I'm gonna do it 3 times worse than you. I promise.
Yeah,
I am
bro.
petty too. I can be a fucking prick.
He'd be the most pettiest motherfucker ever, bro.
Dude,
I'm
I can be a
telling you.
fucking dickhead. I'm telling you. If you like, I believe in that. Like, treat me right, treat me respect. I don't. I'm not. I,
Facts.
I don't start shit. I just usually finish it. Like,
What's that NFL? I think they were in like training camp or some shit, and some dude was talking shit, and he broke him, and
it
then
was D Hop. That was D
yeah,
Hop breaking D'Angelo Hall. Yeah,
yeah, and he said, man, he's like, I don't talk shit. He's like, I just finish it.
I
I
just
was
finished
like,
it.
but that's
Yeah,
so hard.
yeah. He fucking snapped. He fucking broke them ankles, and he fucking legit hurt him too. That shit was
Oh, he
crazy.
did, yeah.
He said, oh yeah, yeah. I remember that. That was a good one. That was D Hop. I remember that. That was a young D Hop.
Bro, it's just the way he just casually said it too. He's like, man, I don't start shit. I just finish it. It just walked away.
Yeah.
I thought, damn,
Oh,
cold.
he finished it all right.
Speaking of finishing things, pause. Mark, we need to revisit a conversation we had earlier this year.
Is it about the Titans?
No,
Damn.
close. It's about the talent gap between the University of Missouri and the Vanderbilt
Don't
Commodores.
exist. Don't
Well,
exist. Don't
well,
exist.
if there's not a talent gap, if the talent gap doesn't exist,
And by the way, I'm gonna flat out say it. Vanderbilt had a much harder schedule than Mizzou did. Not even close. Not even close. Vanderbilt had a top 7 strength of schedule this year.
I don't think they did. Um,
They did.
let's just look.
They
Overall
had a
record,
top. Yes, they did.
6-6. Conference 3-5. Okay. Now Missouri, who finished top 25, finished 20th or 19th end of the season. 5-3 conference play, finished 9-3 on the season.
Weaker schedule.
Sure, you can make all the excuses you want.
I'm not. I mean, that's not an excuse. That's just a fact.
Right, but when I bring
Okay.
up a fact,
You want?
you
Can
use
you
it
pull up
as
the
an excuse.
schedules? Please pull up the schedules and compare them.
Yeah, we can pull up the schedules.
By the way, Vanderbilt beat it. Now,
Titans-
granted, Missouri did beat Vanderbilt in double overtime. I will
Hey,
say Vanderbilt
our
beat a
win.
team. Vanderbilt beat a team that beat the living shit out of Missouri. So you
Right,
could argue.
but again, when I bring up a fact, you call it an excuse. Like the fact that we played with an
But you're
absolute
pulling out the
trash of a
record. You're
backup.
pulling out the record. All I'm saying is Vanderbilt played a much tougher strength of schedule.
And we also are going to acknowledge the fact that the University of Missouri played with an absolute piss poor backup quarterback for 3 games. We're not going to talk about that. Now, if you want to, the only place I will give Vanderbilt the position that there is a huge talent gap is quarterback. Vanderbilt's quarterback Pavia, he is a phenomenal player. Again, I'm a Vanderbilt fan. Pavia is a phenomenal quarterback. Bro, he is better than Brooks, in my opinion. He is astronomically better than Payne or whatever. I think that's how you say his last name. Is
Pine.
for Pine. He's astronomically better than Pine. I don't care where he played before. This season, he was absolutely piss poor at quarterback for the University of Missouri. If you put Pavia on Mizzou, they maybe lose 2 games tops. Maybe.
They'd probably actually be probably one loss team.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They maybe 2. I think they're a
But let's
one-loss
be
team.
objective. Let's be objective. Calvin, you have no pull in this. I'm going to read you the schedules, okay? I'm going to read you the schedules, and we're going to compare the schedules. Mind you, Vanderbilt went 6-6, but we're going to start with Mizzou's schedule. All right, Calvin, you ready for this?
I'm not the biggest football fan, so take my
but
shit
you're
with
going
me.
to hear things. You're going to hear things, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. They beat Murray State 51-0. That was their first game. They beat Buffalo 38-0. They beat a piss poor Boston College team 27-21. They beat Vanderbilt in double overtime 30-27. They got destroyed by Texas A&M. By the way, Finis, who is not ranked at the end of the year, but you lost 41-10 to.
They are ranked.
Then they come back. They come back and beat UMass, one of the worst teams in all of college football, 45-3. They beat Auburn, who did not make a bowl this year, 21-17. Then the next week they played Alabama and got shellacked 34-0. Then they played a 6-6 Oklahoma team and won 30-23. Then they played, I'll give you South Carolina, y'all played them really tough, 34-30. Probably should have won the game. Then you played a really bad Mississippi State team, beat them 39-20. And then you played a 6-6 Arkansas, 28-21. All right? Now I'm going to read your variable schedule, Calvin. So they didn't play Texas. They didn't play Georgia. They didn't play LSU, Tennessee. But here we go. All right, variable schedule, which was a top-rated schedule in college football, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Let's see here. I was at 2 years ago. What the fuck? All right, here we go. Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech, who is 6-6, 34-27 to start the year. Then they played Alcorn State, beat the hell out of them. Now, they lost the fluky game to Georgia State, obviously. Then they lost to Missouri, 30-27. Then they beat Alabama, 40-35. They beat Kentucky, 20-13. They beat Ball State, 24-14. They lost to Texas, 27-24. Then they beat Auburn, 17-7. Then they lost to South Carolina, who's ranked in the top 15, 28-7. They lost to LSU, and they lost to Tennessee. So Vanderbilt
played more ranked.
Vanderbilt played 3 teams who are currently sitting in the playoffs. 3.
What about the other 3?
What are the 3? South Carolina's ranked 14th, and they got job. You probably could argue that South Carolina should have got in over Alabama.
In over what?
In the playoff. Alabama's at 11. Alabama's going to get into the playoff.
No, nobody on God's green earth would have South Carolina in over Alabama.
They're 9-3.
They lost to Missouri.
No, they didn't. South Carolina beat Missouri.
Oh, bro.
No, bro. Y'all lost the game. I watched it. Y'all lost to South Carolina like Vanderbilt lost to South Carolina.
I know. All I'm saying is, here's the thing.
Vanderbilt played LSU.
Again, I understand what you're saying.
It's just a tougher schedule. Harder to win games.
Right. Tougher schedule. Sure. Right.
So if you flip,
y'all have 6 losses, not 3. Okay.
So flip Texas and flip LSU out and put, I don't know, Mississippi State and Arkansas in there. Vanderbilt probably only has.
Vanderbilt's
probably beats both. Mississippi State killed Mississippi State, and they probably beat Arkansas.
No, they
be sitting at what, 5-3?
Vanderbilt's losing to Arkansas.
You're crazy. No. Nope.
I'm not, because here's the thing.
Nope.
If you look up the power index,
Vanderbilt would have beat Oklahoma too. Facts.
No, not Oklahoma.
I'm telling you. Yep.
No.
Bro, you're going to sit there and say that when they lost to Texas by 3, and Texas is probably going to win the whole damn thing, if I had to say.
Sure, I'm not looking at one individual game and spanning that across the entire season for a team. That's not how football works.
Texas
the Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Are we going to sit here and say the Browns are so much better than these other teams because they have a win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are one of the top teams in the NFL?
Bro.
No, they are. Again, they are. But just because they have one close game against Vanderbilt doesn't mean Vanderbilt's like this team that's just, oh my God, there's just something about. No, that doesn't mean that. Vanderbilt finished 12th in the SEC, like bottom of the pack.
Yeah, they played a tougher schedule.
Well,
I mean,
again,
it's a fact.
well, if you want to talk about no, I'm not. I never said anything about them not
They
playing a tougher schedule.
overachieved.
That no overachieved 6-6. That's pretty much
Absolutely.
No,
That schedule,
no,
absolutely.
no, absolutely not.
Alabama, Texas, LSU, Tennessee.
Yeah, they lost to all of them, which they pretty much did it what people were
Exactly.
expecting.
And so
That's not overachieving. Heating with your
they
expectations.
overachieved, bro.
No, they
Virginia
didn't.
Tech.
They didn't. That's not overachievement.
They beat Alabama, by the way. Sorry.
That one outlier, yes, but for their overall season, I wouldn't say they overachieved. I think they pretty much, besides the Alabama win, they're pretty much
You're going
sitting
to sit
where
there and say that, and Vegas had them at 2.5 wins.
I'm not. I don't give a fuck about Vegas. I'm talking about.
Vegas didn't even think they'd win 3 fucking games.
I don't give a shit about Vegas. You know, the people in Vegas is just some fucking nerds with no goddamn life sitting there making predictions. I don't give a fuck about Vegas. That doesn't mean
They're
they
pretty
know
predictive
football.
on what teams are going to do.
No, sure, right. I mean, yeah, for the dominant teams, but when it comes to like Vanderbilt types of teams, they're almost never right. I mean, if we're gonna be honest, when it comes to these,
No, they're always right. They're usually pretty spot on with Vanderbilt.
I mean, not really. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, they were. They missed it last year. They said 3.5 wins for Vanderbilt, and they won 2 games last year. They're pretty fucking spot on there usually.
I mean, sure, but they missed the mark on that one. If you're talking about 3.5 and 2,
where there's up or down. 2.5. They didn't even think they'd win 3 this year.
Sure, I don't care if you're an SEC connoisseur. I was expecting 6-6. It's about. That's about where looking at the schedule, knowing football. Look, yeah, if they get 6, they'll win their non-conference, which that didn't happen, but they made up for it with the. You see how they lost to Georgia State, which wasn't expected, but then they beat Bama, so that kind of washes.
They beat Virginia Tech.
I had them beating Virginia Tech.
Well, you were one of very few because Virginia Tech.
Well, then I'm a fucking genius. That's fine. But look, let's look at rankings. Their resume, college football resume.
Then you should have took them on 2.5 if you were a genius.
No, because I knew they were gonna win. Wait, you talking about points?
What do you mean? Why? If you're a genius, if they predicted 2.5 wins, you should have made the bet.
Oh, I mean, I just don't sports bet, but that's neither here nor there. But now let's look at the College Football Power Index 2024. This is their resume. I want you to understand that the resume includes their record, strength of schedule, their games, their point differential, their average win percentage. It includes all of that. So if you look at their resume, it is ranking them based on who they play, how much they beat them by, who was on the team when they played. So like Mizzou winning with Pine in is like that. They factor all of that. And I mean, I know you're hyping him up because he played at Notre Dame last year. None of that mattered because
he did. He was a starter at Notre Dame for a while.
That means absolutely nothing because he was absolute garbage this year for the Missouri Tigers, is what I'm saying. If you watched it, look up his stats. His completion.
I don't disagree with it. I looked at his stats. He was not very good.
That's all. But that's all I'm saying is just because in the group message I would say we will lose out if Pine's our quarterback for the remainder of the season. And all you kept, what do you mean he played for Notre Dame? That doesn't matter.
He did play for Notre Dame,
but you were using it as a reason.
Well.
No, you were using it as like a caveat or a crutch he wasn't as bad as I was saying he was when he is
bad. I mean, he can't.
He was garbage, Mark. Mark.
Maybe for y'all.
I'm watching. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about right now. He is terrible. I've watched every Missouri game this year. The games he started, he can't get the ball on a 10-yard hitch. Can't get the ball to receiver on a 10-yard.
He's also like 40 years old.
I don't care. I don't care. Just because you're 40 years old, if you suck, you still suck, bro. If you're washed,
that's all I'm saying. He's just out of his prime. He was decent.
Okay, cool, but I'm saying that doesn't mean I'm gonna pull back on how bad he is just because of these excuses. No, he's bad. So what I'm saying is that is taken into account when you are winning with your backup quarterback. So if we're going to the resume, obviously, like Oregon's resume is number 1. Georgia's resume is number 2. Texas is number 3. Going down, Missouri's resume is 19th. Now remember,
That's
it took.
fucking hilarious.
Wait. I'm just saying it
That's
takes
fucking
into it.
hilarious.
Look, Mark, you want to talk? Look, I'm just saying the math has been done. Again, it
That
takes into
cream puff schedule. But yeah,
it.
go ahead.
It's obviously there's more than just the schedule
Fucking
because the
UMass
strength
and fucking
because
Buffalo.
look, the strength of schedule is a factor into this ranking. You know where Vanderbilt's resume is? 41.
Vanderbilt, because they played a harder strength of schedule.
That boy's face.
I'm telling you right now, if they had Missouri's schedule, they'd be 9-3. I would bet money on it easy.
Well, we can't.
I know because Vanderbilt played a harder schedule. I'm aware. Thank you.
But I'm just saying
this takes
that into account. This takes that into account. There's still 41 on the resume
because they're 6-6.
Memphis is 33. Oklahoma's 31. I mean, these other teams that are like aren't mid-tier. Oklahoma's 31. Memphis is 33. Georgia Tech 35. These other teams didn't do very well.
That's why I'm saying if Vanderbilt, like I just said, if Vanderbilt played Oklahoma this year, Vanderbilt would have beat them. I promise. If they played Arkansas this year, they would have beat them.
It's hard to say.
Depending on when they play, if they would have played the Florida Gators early in the year, they would have beat the Florida Gators.
It's hard to say, dude.
I don't think it's very hard to say at all. You take out Texas, you take out LSU at Baton Rouge, which is extremely hard to play. You take out the Vols. You take out, granted, they beat Alabama.
I mean, you're in the SEC, so you can switch up.
I'm just saying. But yes, every week's hard.
Yeah.
Every week's fucking hard.
Even though you say Missouri has a cream puff schedule, maybe in comparison, Missouri's strength of schedule is 27th. That's still a pretty tough, and in the grand scheme of college football, just because you're in the SEC, you still got a top 30 difficulty strength of schedule.
Yeah, of course you do.
So, I mean, still 9-3 with the 27th, the 27th hardest schedule in all of college football, going 9-3, pretty good resume.
4 non-cons were really weak. Outside of BC, and BC wasn't great. I mean,
they're top 25 at the time.
Vanderbilt beat Virginia Tech, right? Virginia Tech beat the piss out of Boston College. Absolutely dog shit out. I'm just saying.
But you also got to remember what's also taken into account is at the time of the game. So obviously hindsight's 2020. So when you get to the end of the season, this is at the time that Missouri played Boston College, they were a top 25 team. That's a top 25 win. That holds more weight than if they played them that wasn't top 25. I'm just saying
that's because everybody thought Florida State was
right. But all I'm saying is that does matter. It holds weight. It's at that time of the game, Boston College was top 25.
They might have had that number by them, but they were not a top 25 team at heart.
But they were. So, I mean, you can cut up.
They were a false positive.
Sure, but at the end of the day, you test positive, you get the medicine. I mean,
yeah, but they were false positive.
But if you test false positive for COVID, still means quarantine. So it don't matter false positive or not. They were top 25 when they played. Is all I'm saying. Same with A&M.
For example, hey, I just say Vanderbilt was in the top 25 twice.
Yeah, for a split second, yeah.
So exactly. Vanderbilt top 25 team, probably not.
I mean, I would say that
they were 5-2 and 6-3 at one point.
Yeah, they were solid. They just couldn't hang on.
They got injuries. I mean, their quarterback fucking banged up out there playing. They just fucking banged up.
I was trying to say the same thing, but you was giving me no grace.
No, I wasn't. I didn't sit there and say Drew Pine was an All-American. I just said he played at Notre Dame. He was pretty good at Notre Dame.
And he's garbage.
But
he wasn't. Not any. No. You said
this goes back to the Connor Wigman and Texas A&M thing.
And if we're being honest, I looked up his stuff from Notre Dame. His Notre Dame stuff, I wouldn't even say pretty good. He was average. He didn't do that good at Notre Dame.
Better at Notre Dame is what I'm saying.
And that's still not saying much.
They were better.
As a starter, he still wasn't that good at Notre Dame. He was average at best.
Well, if you look at my Texas A&M argument with you, that guy that carved y'all up The motherfucker's in the portal right now because he lost his job. I mean, that's what I'm just saying. I mean, I just don't
right,
think the
but yeah,
gap
but
of talent is as far as you
A&M's
think it
yeah,
is.
but
That's all.
A&M's defense was really fucked
The
us.
transfer portal has changed that, Finest. You
Right,
cannot go
right.
off the recruiting rankings. You can't go off any of that shit no more.
I'm not. I didn't bring up recruiting rankings at all. I'm talking, and
portal,
I never go off recruiting
the
rankings because I know
portal,
how that works. I
the
never bring up
portal
recruiting rankings.
changes everything.
Right. But Mark, we're getting sidetracked. We're not talking about the portal. I'm talking about A&M. What fucked us is their defense. Their
They put
defense was
41
killing us.
points on you.
I know, but I'm saying our defense, though. You know, offensive, like, let's look at the Dallas Cowboys of last year. The reason why their offense.
They're not even ranked, Finest.
No. Listen, the reason why their offense was so good is because their defense was keeping their offense on the field. That matters. You can have
but A&M's not even ranked. They went 8-4.
Well, first of all, 8-4 is really good. It's solid. Second, I'm not talking about rankings. Leave that to the side. You're bringing
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing it back to strength schedule. That's all.
But
I'm
wait,
just saying.
wait. No. But you're getting sidetracked. Put the ranking. Leave that right here. We're not talking about that. That's irrelevant. I'm talking about quarterback play. I'm talking about the quarterback at A&M. The reason why. No, listen. The reason why he was able to do what he was able to do, because I agree, he is not as good as who they have now. But the reason why is because their defense was getting to third down, getting off the field third down. And when you give a quarterback more opportunities to score, of course they're going to run up 41 points. When you get takeaways and put your offense in good field position, you don't need a Tom Brady. You don't need a Lamar Jackson at quarterback when your defense is getting you good field position and it's getting off on third downs. So part of the reason why he carved us up for 41 points is because their defense was carrying 90% of the weight for the team against Missouri, is all I'm saying.
I mean, he did carve you up. 18-22.
Well, of course, because you have a phenomenal defense.
I mean, y'all couldn't stop their running back.
Three and out.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying 3 and out. I'm saying having that defense.
Okay, hypothetical, and I know you're not going to answer it, but hypothetical. How many wins does Missouri have playing variable schedule? That includes they're playing LSU, Texas, Alabama, Tennessee.
How many wins?
South Carolina, Virginia Tech.
They have 4. They have maybe
Kentucky, Auburn.
One more loss. They lose to Texas. They lose to Alabama. They lose to who are the Texas, Alabama? Who else y'all play?
Texas, Alabama.
Hang on, let me look.
Tennessee, that's a loss.
Yes, Tennessee.
South Carolina, that's a loss.
Maybe. I think that
you lost to them this year.
No, I know, but I don't. I think if you run it back, like it's. I think because it was a competitive game, so that one's still a maybe. I think out of 10 games, I think it goes 5-5 type shit. It was a pretty evenly matched game.
Y'all might go 7-5.
No,
maybe.
No.
Yeah, y'all would beat Georgia State. I'll give you that over the Vanderbilt, easy.
All right, Virginia Tech dub, Alcorn State dub.
Maybe a dub over Virginia Tech, maybe.
No, Virginia Tech. No, like you said, Virginia Tech's garbage this year. They're 6-6. Virginia Tech
out of Boston College, who y'all barely beat at home.
Oh, y'all. So
I'm just
Kansas
saying,
City. Kansas City barely beats everybody. They're 11-1.
The whole situation now. How all these teams finished? Hey, did Boston College not make the bowl?
Look, listen. Are you gonna let me answer or
hold
what?
Hold on.
Are you gonna let me answer? Are you gonna let me answer?
Go ahead.
Let me answer because you thought I was gonna duck this shit. No, Virginia Tech dub, Alcorn State dub, Georgia State dub. Who do I sub down instead of Missouri? Oh no, right? That'd just be Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt dub, Bama loss, Kentucky dub, Ball State dub, Texas loss, Auburn dub, South Carolina. We'll say loss just for the sake of argument, but I think that could go either way. LSU dub, Tennessee dub. Tennessee loss. So we lose Tennessee. We lose Texas, Alabama, maybe South Carolina. So maybe we go 9-3, maybe 8-4. Maybe. Mark, you can cut the kicker if you want. Just admit Missouri's just a better team. It's fine.
Oh, 9-3. So your only
We
three
went,
losses are the 3 playoff teams, huh?
we have 3 losses now.
You're going 9-3 with that schedule. You're
Or
killing me,
8-4.
Simon.
Maybe
You're
8-4.
killing me. The same team that got beat by 31 by Texas A&M is going 9-3 with
Yeah,
that
Texas
schedule.
A&M's a solid team. They're 8-4.
Oh my God.
A&M's 8-4.
Oh,
A&M's 8-4. What do you mean?
you're going into Death Valley beating LSU. You going to Baton Rouge?
Oh yeah, LSU. Yeah, LSU. I'm not worried about LSU. No, we have a better record than Vandy does for sure.
Hey, guess what? Vanderbilt will have a top 5 straight schedule.
You said top what?
5. If they have to go to Bama, to Texas, to Tennessee, but then they got to go to South
You're
Carolina.
covering your mic.
Top 5.
You're covering your mic.
I said they got to you flip it. So they got to go to Bama, to Texas, to Tennessee, to Virginia Tech.
Sure. At the end of the day, Missouri's top 20 in the country, so that's all I'm saying.
Good for y'all. I'm glad.
No, you're not.
I'm glad. I mean, you played.
No, you're not.
What was y'all's non-conference again? Buffalo, UMass, Boston College. Who was the other one? Some cream puff. It was a cream puff, wasn't it?
Mark, you know better. You go through every. Go through every SEC non-conference. Most of them are cream puffs.
I'm just saying. There's 4 wins right there. I'm not taking.
But that's how it is for every team. So don't do that to try to isolate Missouri. Y'all had some shitty non-conference, but I'll give you Virginia Tech. But even Virginia Tech, I was like, Vanderbilt's beating Virginia Tech. I said that before the game.
You were the one of few that said it because motherfuckers had Virginia Tech.
Again, Mark, I know football. It's that simple.
Mofos that knew football had Virginia Tech going to ACC championship. ESPN motherfuckers.
Again, but you know why? Because they go off of what I don't go off of. They go off of the transfer portal stuff. They go off of recruiting class. The things how do you think
Vanderbilt got from 2 to 10 to 6 and 6?
No, sure, but I go off of more. No, I go off of more than that, though. I look at more than that. Is what I'm saying.
By the way, all you little
Georgia State,
you better get ready. You little
come on, bro. Georgia State.
You better get ready, broke boys. Because Vanderbilt got the cash. They got the cash.
Barely.
Barely. Hey man, they got they got billionaires, multiple of them with a B donate. They got the money. Honestly, this is what's probably going to end this shit. Is if Vanderbilt goes down a shopping spree and gets a bunch of kids, turns the shit around, pretty competitive, maybe even very good. They'll start canceling out NIL faster than you can say. I don't even know. You watch. If Vanderbilt builds a powerhouse because they have all this money from donors, which they do, they will stop NIL. They'll put a cap on that shit so quick. I'm telling you right now.
Oh, I'm telling you right now too. If these allegations from SMU ever uplift,
basketball or football?
I'm talking about football, bro. I feel like that university is loaded.
Oh yeah, they got big money, man. That's Dallas, dog.
Bro.
Well, here's the problem, Mark. Vanderbilt. I don't think Vanderbilt has so much more money than like your Miami's and like your Tennessee.
Finest, dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't make me do it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Vanderbilt is so rich right now. They're about to build another a location in New York. Like it's
Palm Beach too, Calvin.
It's ridiculous how much
money. I understand, but I'm talking about
B, finest,
right.
B.
But you gotta look at the details. How much money do they have for football? Vanderbilt is not a team university that focuses on football.
Not until now. Because they didn't win.
Now listen, Mark. Here's the thing.
And they didn't care about athletics, dog.
Right, but here's the thing.
That's an institutional problem. They would
I
take
understand,
money.
Mark. Listen, what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying.
give you a history lesson of why this
No,
shit
no,
is the way it
no,
is.
no. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is just because you have a lot of money, look, I'm telling you, if somebody has an offer from Vanderbilt that's a shit ton of money, but they also get an offer from your Texas, your Oregon, your Ohio
For
State,
way less
like
money,
your
they're
actual competitive teams,
stupid.
college playoff, if they're even close enough, generally, nobody's picking Vanderbilt just because it's a
That's
few
a
thousand
stupid
dollars
way
more.
of thinking, and that'd be
I'm
stupid
telling you, that's
because
how
you're
it's gonna
not
work, bro.
capitalizing on your ability to make an investment that could change your life. I mean, shit, bro. They could give a kid $1 million compared to some of these other schools that might give them 500,000. You'd be a fucking moron to leave
Finest,
500,000 on the table.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
No,
you
you
finest.
would.
wouldn't. Not
Gotta-
if that. No, not
Yes,
if
you
that
would, dog.
university.
Come
Not if that
on,
you
dude.
listen. Not if that, because you got to remember at the same time. Yes, they're trying to get the bag. They're also trying to make it to the next level to continue to get the bag. So I'm
The
saying,
next level. If you're good enough, they'll find you, dog. It don't matter where you go to school.
That's not
it
always
does
true.
kind of matter. It kind of matters. It
Darius
depends.
Garland went to Vanderbilt, bro.
Who?
Darius Garland.
Okay, basketball is a different story. Vanderbilt is like known for a basketball school.
I
We
mean,
Bro,
know
you
fuck
that.
Jay
gotta
Cutler, Chris
hey,
Williams,
hey,
fucking.
Mark,
I mean,
Mark.
You
Earl
talk
Bennett. I'm
out.
just
You're talking
saying, bro.
about
You could go to there
outliers,
and get
though.
drafted.
Kind
Mark,
of. You're talking
Zach
outliers, though.
Cunningham,
Mark,
Casey
there's
Hayward.
his dad was in the league, bro. He already
Right. Come
doesn't
on
matter
now.
what it
It's a
doesn't
little
matter what
different.
he would have went to, bro. He would
It's a
have
little different.
I understand that, but to sit there and say that's just crazy.
It's not
Look,
that crazy.
it's
I'm
not
telling
because
you.
look, Jerry Stackhouse was a terrible coach. There's literally like 4 or 5 guys he coached that are in the fucking NBA right now.
Okay. Again, basketball's a little different.
I'm just
We're
saying,
talking
dog. It
Vanderbilt.
don't matter if you're good enough; they'll find you. Does not.
No, basketball's a lot different than football.
If
Now,
you can
again,
play, you can
I'm
play,
not
man.
necessarily listen, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you, but you're talking about if you're a guy of like the talent that you'd have to go to any school and be found is a little different than if you go to an Alabama where the exposure is completely different than if you go to a insert small school here. It's a little different. Like apples to
Well,
oranges
sure, because
drastically different.
Alabama's a storied program, but it doesn't
That's
matter.
what I'm
If you're good
saying.
enough for the NFL, it does not matter where you go to school. I'm telling you right now.
I can't. It depends person to person.
I really don't think so. I really
some
don't.
some people have the talent, but didn't go to a big enough school. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, then a lot of those guys go UFDA or unrestricted free or undrafted free agent, and you see them
And they,
making teams left and right.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that's
They will
not. It
find you,
doesn't.
dog.
It doesn't happen like that, Mark. It
Well,
does happen. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying you're acting like if it's just like, oh, it is. It happens. It's not like a thing where it's guaranteed. Like
I
you
never
take
said it was guaranteed, but it don't
I know,
matter.
but I'm saying you're making it sound like it's just this easy. Oh, it don't matter what school you go to. You can just go to any school and you're gonna make
Well,
it
I
to the
firmly
NFL if
believe
you have the
that.
talent.
If you play and you're good enough, they don't give a shit about what school you're at.
No, that it does. It matters a little bit. I'm telling you, Mark.
Dog, how many guys are in the NFL from small schools that start today? I mean, I'm sure it's quite a bit.
Comparatively, not a lot. Most of them are from big time universities.
Where
It's
did Kevin
very
Byard?
hard
Can you
to
tell me
make it at
where did
small.
Kevin Byard go to school? Finance.
Middle Tennessee State.
Okay.
That's not a. I'm not. That's
Where
not
did
a.
what's his
That's
name?
not. Whoa. Middle Tennessee State. Let's pump the brakes, right? I'm not talking. I'm talking about school small. Like that's still a D1 school.
That's what my point is. So the argument of if you go to Vanderbilt, you're not.
Well,
that's crazy. Vanderbilt's an SEC school. They will find you, dog. I'm just telling you.
It's a little different. No, but you said anywhere. I can't agree with anywhere. You're talking in two extremes.
So
you're
what
talking
are you
in
trying
extremes
to say?
again.
When I say anywhere, I'm mainly saying group of 5, power 4. I'm mainly saying Division 1.
That's not anywhere.
But anywhere. Guess what? There are a lot of D2 guys that get drafted or they sign unrestricted.
Not a lot. Stop saying a lot. There's not a lot, bro. There's not a lot of D2 guys in the league.
It would shock you.
No, what are you talking? I know the stats. There's not a lot of D2 guys that get into the league and then like prosper. There's some guys that
they
get
don't last, but I'm saying they get into the league.
It's the same.
But a lot of guys don't get in the league. A lot of guys don't last anyway. That are major Division I school guys.
But that's my point. Is it's
The
even
NFL.
harder to get in going to these smaller schools. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's a lot harder than if you go to an Ohio State or Alabama. You might be taking. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying everybody's doing this. All I'm saying is some guys will take less. And again, I know people that are recruiting college players, and there are guys that are being offered more money, but are going to schools that are paying less because they're better schools football wise, or because they know that they have a better chance in terms of just the system of that team, is what I'm saying. I know four guys that are college coaches right now that are literally going through that because it's the whole signing process. There are guys literally being offered more money to go to this school that are saying, no, I'm not going to go to this school. I'm going to go to this school because it's a bigger school. They're paying less.
And that's fine, because guess what? Those kids end up in the transfer portal 2 years later.
And okay, but all I'm saying is Vanderbilt.
If they don't play.
And all I'm saying is Vanderbilt notoriously or historically is not known to be that
and you're
type
talking
of
about
program.
high school recruits. You're not talking about guys in the portal, though.
Yes, I'm talking about both. I am.
Well,
I am.
of course, Vanderbilt historically. But all I'm saying is they have the money, plenty of it, to compete.
And all I'm saying is that might
compete
not
with
necessarily
whoever you want to throw out there. Matter of fact, they're the second biggest endowment in the whole fucking conference. That school,
right? And all I'm saying is that money might not necessarily equate to them turning into this crazy program. They're getting just all the top talent.
Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll just be 6-6 every year. I don't know. But the possibility is there, and it could happen. And they are rich, and they can afford to buy players. They're trying to get a check before they go to the pros, or trying to get a check because they're not going to make the pros. Case in point, Vanderbilt's quarterback, Diego Pavia. That's why he's trying to sue for another year of eligibility, because he went JUCO and he couldn't make money. Now he's appraised at, I think, $1.5 million. So he's trying to make his money. That's what I'm saying. And Vanderbilt has the cash to just give those kids that. That's all I'm saying. Whether that translates into a powerhouse or not, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it doesn't.
Well, that's all I'm talking about. Because you're making it seem like Vanderbilt is going to become this just like OPS.
I never said that.
University.
I said there was a possibility they could. I mean, they got all this money. And they're
you didn't say.
Kids,
well, you didn't say possibility.
Players.
You didn't say possibility.
I said it's a possibility. I said you broke boys better get ready because it is a possibility.
You didn't.
You better get your donors right. I'm just saying. I've already seen it because I follow all this shit with Vanderbilt. I've seen who they're going after in the portal. They've got 2 kids coming to visit already. One was a 4- and 5-star from Alabama, and another one was one of the best offensive guards in the whole Division I. And they're deciding, between Vanderbilt and other pretty damn big Power 4 schools. Vanderbilt's getting those visits because Vanderbilt has cash.
Yeah, but getting a visit doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, fuck it. What do you mean? Yeah, it does. They're getting them on campus.
Yeah, but
they used to not get visits at all, Finis.
Right, but just because you're getting a visit,
yeah,
sort of. I've seen those visits. Some dudes do it just for the red carpet treatment, just for the clout.
Ain't nobody will give a fuck about a red carpet treatment from Vanderbilt, bro. They're going there for the cash. I'm telling you.
Well, again, that's what I'm talking about. The visit. If now that these universities can spend crazy money on them, literally, I'm telling you, bro, you gotta get in tune with what's going on right now. Guys are literally just entertaining these schools with money, knowing they're not gonna go there. They're literally just entertaining it because of the red carpet treatment, because it's good for social media and the cloud. And, oh, look, Vanderbilt's doing all this for me. I'm telling you, they're just. This generation of college athletes is different. It's different from us. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, you and I would have played for free for sure. I mean, not that I agreed that the system they had when you were in school was right. You know what I'm saying? I think the system they have now is right. These kids should get paid. I think where we lose sight is some of these kids making more than their fucking coaches. That's kind of ridiculous, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. You and I would have played for free, Finis.
I did.
I know you
I
did.
did play for free.
Yeah, you didn't get any NIL. You were gone before it got big.
Yeah, I was
The only
gone.
people that get NIL, did they rule that before you got? No, it was your senior year, wasn't it? That it
What?
first came in
No,
NIL.
it
I
was
thought
two
you were a
years.
fifth year senior.
No, it was 2 years after.
Um, well, even then, when it first
But
started, they were only giving it to like the fucking quarterbacks.
well, no, even back
Well, you had to
then.
be like a superstar running back, superstar receiver, you know.
Oh, there was everybody was getting it because they still had the team NILs.
Well, yeah, but they weren't. Yes, but you know what I'm talking about in terms of the big bucks. You
Oh
had to
yeah,
be a bit. Now all of
I
them get big.
mean,
It don't
shit,
matter if you're a superstar or not.
because I remember I think the first year it started was 2 years. I was 2 years removed. The first year I my eligibility was up, that I didn't play. That's when it was ruled, and then that next season when it started. And I remember at the University of Missouri, they got a
I bet
team,
you were hot, boy.
bro. They got a team NIL to where their checks were like the stipend they
Yeah,
got was like
stipend. Yeah.
it was like $4,000 or $5,000 a month.
Oh,
Well,
you
when
were.
I was
I know
there,
you were fucking punching your fucking pillow, dog.
bro, it's because when I was there, we got they did my senior year, they started cost of attendance. So they gave you what it
Yeah,
cost to
yeah,
live there.
yeah.
So it was only like I think 1,800, which
Right.
isn't really a lot, 1,800 a month. But even before that, it was like 1,400. That was just your room and board that you just got to
Right.
check if you lived off campus. But
Finance was punching fucking air.
I mean, it is what it is. I
Yeah,
didn't.
I honestly, I'm kind of. I don't think there's a lawsuit that you could win, but I've thought about this. I'm shocked that like no players, from previous around close to the time have come out and say, well, there's bullshit, I should be supplement. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised there hasn't been any
No,
lawsuits.
there's a lawsuit. There's a lawsuit, Mark. I
A
just
former
filed for it.
player before,
I just filed the lawsuit. There's a whole lawsuit for it. It's a $3 billion lawsuit.
but that's like for even motherfuckers that played in like 1950, right?
No, no, no. It's from if you play from 2016 to now, you can file for it.
Good
If you
luck. Good luck.
so yeah, I filed for it earlier. So it's for people that were like right before
I
the
hope you get it. I hope they win and you get money.
no,
I'm just
it's
saying, good
the
luck.
lawsuit. They've lost the lawsuit. You got to file to get the money. You have until December 31st. And then after that, you got to put in your NCAA ID, put in
Yeah,
what
they're
years you
fucking.
played,
What
and
a
then
terrorist. What an organization they
and then
are.
and then I'll figure out how much money I get probably by February.
NCAA is such a fucking joke. Calvin, you were in the NCAA too. You know what I'm talking about. You was on that when you was with the Mocs.
Yeah, but I wasn't no athlete.
I know, but you was around that shit. NCAA is a fucking joke.
Dude, it's that and then like the stuff that coaches do to get a player, bro. It's kind of
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah. Now they legally can do it, but they've been doing that shit for
No, I'm
ever.
just saying like on the mid-major level, bro, I think it's way worse because you don't get as much attention and everything as the big power fives and everything. But
Right.
like
And
that the shit that I saw and everything, I was just like, y'all are I was just like, y'all are literally this desperate for this one kid. And you're
yeah,
thinking
dog.
that this kid can make your program and everything turn around. I'm like,
Well,
Jesus.
see, like chat, like they obviously know we're not going to win a national championship. But what they're gauged on, right? Their coaches are getting NCAA tournaments, conference championships, right? That's what he's gauged on. So yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like those mid majors like that, their big thing is finding transfers, right?
Yeah, as soon as like the transfer portal came up to where you don't have to sit out a year, bro.
Yeah,
We got
because they don't really high school recruit very well usually.
they do, but bro, if you're not like a big time like
Yeah,
recruit area or anything, or you're coming out of state, you're probably going to be 1 year and gone, to be honest. And that's another thing that happens with mid-major schools. Majority of their teams,
oh yeah, it's just a
majority just transfers and everything and grad transfers. And the thing about it, you got a lot of grad transfers like Matt Ryan. He went to Notre Dame, Vanderbilt, and then he came
Yep.
to UTC. I think the only reason why he came to UTC is just because he could get his game on for his last year. So I
Yeah,
think
he wasn't very good at Vanderbilt.
he's a 3-point shooter, bro. I mean, there's only so much,
Now he's in the league.
Yeah, he's in the league. I mean,
That was another Stackhouse player right there.
Wait, who?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan.
Oh,
So were you there when he came there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there, and then we had this one guy, Kevin Easley, that was he was a top 100 ESPN pick. We never should have got him.
But he
Who
transferred from a bigger school, I take it.
Oh, he went to I think he went to like Xavier or something like that.
Like McKinney.
Yeah, I mean, prime example, McKinney. Who else, man? Do you remember that one year where Kansas and Kansas State got into that brawl and that dude picked up a chair, was about to throw it?
Yeah.
And he transferred to Chattanooga after I had
He was
left.
at K-State, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, he was at Kansas.
Kansas.
We got him. I mean, we got a dude from West Virginia before. I mean, we've had a bunch of people that came through the program and everything, but I mean, if they transfer in, is like they're gonna be here for 1 year, try to get their game off, go somewhere bigger, or it's their last year, they're trying to make it to the G League or something. So
Yeah. Yep.
well, that was a good one, fellas. We got anything else?
no hypotheticals?
No.
Dude, I don't
Stay
know if
warm,
I
Cal.
have any.
Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
Said stay warm, Cal.
Shit, I'm trying to. My little skinny ass gonna freeze.
I know, man. I'm worried about you. My fat
No.
ass, I'll be all right. Even though I dropped all that weight, so that's why I got cold in the fucking hands. I was like, God dang, I'm cold as shit.
No,
You used to having all that blubber for this time of the year.
I don't have any hypotheticals. Not this
That's a
time.
shame.
I know.
You're always good for one.
I'm trying to think. No. Well, no, it's past our time.
Yeah,
No, I'll make. Yeah, because we'll be on next week. So I'll make a list and bring some next week. I'm gonna try to bring a good amount. That and like trivia and stuff.
All right.
All right, fellas. Garden 615. We are out.